If Iraq is the supreme challenge, why should we entrust the future of Iraq in the Middle East to a man that even Joe Klein, a very distinguished Democrat, has called as green as Kermit the Frog? And he wasn't talking about the environment.
Well, I think to some extent one's record in office can be divined, or one can look at the data of one's judgment in the past and reach some conclusions about how one would handle pressure, how one would handle life and death judgments about where to send American troops. The fact that
where has he shown his life and death judgment?
He's the only mainstream candidate, and certainly the only candidate left in the race, who opposed the war in Iraq back in October 2002. And if you go back to his speech in October 2002, you will not see some anti-war jargon or the statement of some ideologue trying to pander to a progressive sector of the purple state of Illinois, if I may finish, but actually somebody who foresaw, very much unlike John McCain, who did say, Neil, we will win it easily 2 months before the war began. And this is not a measure of...
Yes.
In any event.
But he doesn't seem to have any faith at all in the military side of the equation in Iraq. I mean, we can argue a lot and debate about how far the surge has been a success so far, but it's clear it is having an impact. Now, Barack Obama doesn't seem to want to talk about that. Here he is, he'll be the commander-in-chief. On day one, he's going to immediately withdraw. Well, which some people say precipitous would be the word for that.
He has not said precipitous withdrawal.
But he said immediate.
He was the first person on the Democratic side to come out and say, we absolutely have to be more careful getting out than we were getting in. But I just want to
say immediately.
Is it possible to actually complete a sentence? That'd be great. That'd be terrific. Because you've asked now a number of questions, and it's just hard to keep track. So just on the issue of experience, Obama was the first person to come up and say Musharraf is an unreliable partner. We're giving him $1 billion of aid uncritically without asking where the assistance is going. A lot of it's being used against his own people, the very forces, secular and moderate forces that we want to see prosper in Pakistan. He got Iraq right. He is the first person to say we want to open up with Cuba. At what point is there a statute of limitations on a failed policy? There are a series of judgments and evidence that he does not focus group his way to policy decisions in the way that other candidates do. Now to your second question, which is whether or not he understates the value of military force. I don't think he does at all. He is prepared to leave a residual force in Iraq to deal with al-Qaeda. He doesn't believe that al-Qaeda will simply vanish into thin air in the absence of a U.S. troop presence. It's unclear where that force will be based and how large it will be. He is somebody who has never taken military force off the table with regard to Iran's nuclear ambitions. He is somebody who has said that if Musharraf is unable or unwilling to deal with al-Qaeda in the northwestern provinces of Pakistan, the United States will have to go after them. So I think what you see is actually discerning judgment where he looks across a range of national security challenges and is actually able to pick and choose and not see military tool as the only tool in a vast American foreign policy toolbox.
Okay.